Oh, it's a cryptid. Yes! I knew there was one. Was it massive?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
The Insulindian Phasmid. Phasmid.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin.
And Kim can see it too, which means it's real.
In place.
Oh, it's coming over. Oh god. What is that?
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the
I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Can you see it, Kim?
I can see.
Yes!
4 simple words, thank God. If you can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Oh, it's trying to poke the smoke.
Yes?
Can we take a picture of it?
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
This is the Insulindian Phasmid.
It is.
Yeah, you didn't fucking believe me. He's taking a picture.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camera. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
Don't.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the Phasmid's lip.
No.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
You see the Phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Listen.
Shh. Okay.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the
I did.
air.
I fucking sprayed
Slowly.
myself with so much pheromone. Please. Yes. Fucking yes.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the Phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
I'm gonna pet it.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
Put my hand up.
As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white, like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you, praying to you.
That's right, pray.
Unwittingly, the insect continues its stridulations. As it moves, tuft-like structures, still pretending to be plants, rustle along on its joints. Perhaps it is preparing to eat its god.
Sure, now you can take the photo.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
It's on the
In
bed.
3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash
Oh my
of the
gosh.
camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light.
Wow.
Head turned toward the
Not what I was
lieutenant,
wearing.
hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you. The sweat on your arms feels cold as ice, as if you're frozen as well, in the shadow of this great statue of chitinous marble.
I got it.
I'm going to touch it.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you
got a
barely
bubble
touch the
mouth.
tip
It's
of the
cute.
left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish.
Did you take a photo?
Tried to, missed.
Did you pet it?
No, because I was
Couldn't coat it in pheromone?
The side mission, so I didn't get pheromone or anything.
Did you not get this cool photo then?
No, I didn't.
It is surprisingly delicate.
It's
The
cute.
curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
I'm gonna look at my finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you
Lick my
stays
finger.
frozen.
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna pet its scythe.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. Warning!
Warning. Alright, I put my hand away.
A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening, wave by wave from its stupor.
Okay.
Some sort of countdown process is happening. That's all you have time to think.
Okay.
Another
back
shudder
away then.
passes through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Harry. Don't know who
No
I am.
reply.
Ah.
A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
I'm gonna have a look at you in the eyes.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its
It's got a
segmented
yellow-
lower lip.
It's got a
It looks to
bubble
be
mouth.
foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Yeah, Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade,
Oh.
like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating.
Is it hungry?
The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
What are you doing? I didn't give him plasma.
I exist.
It's talking to me! I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire burning. It's wunderbar. I'm ill. I tell you what will happen.
Then I will tell you what it's like for me.
It's... fire.
Fire? Where?
On the horizon, pale fire. The thing we're both sensing is coming to an end. And the city all around is going down. Inside.
I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is not even blood, but lymph. Like sap from a one palm. Now, I will tell you what it's like for me.
Oh,
For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist,
treated on by what?
shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations,
Just making sure that man's
a swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
The type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. The fuck is happening to me right now? I want to be you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why do you ask?
Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
That's absolutely nothing. A small leg, that's horrible, that's cool.
No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now. Okay, I don't want to hear more about that. No.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
Okay, well, I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Also that. I was born to detect you.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping off blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
Is this actually happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me.
Why is
This
Kim just accepting
is
me?
real.
Psychically talking to him. Where does this come from?
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know because perhaps it's sent to us by God, then all we can do is our best. Is beat our fist against it day by day with no answer.
I think we should eat it. If
Okay.
it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Oh, it's cute.
Wait, so
So you look like a reed and you eat reeds.
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you accidentally eaten another phasmid?
Yes. I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
Oh my god, what exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandia Isoma. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also,
Why do you know all
by
these
the
words?
soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoles Islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
Are you a miracle?
No. You are the miracle.
Aw.
The moral of our encounter is I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all engulfing madness.
Yeah.
A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet. The pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wow.
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. a great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have the kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget?
I've always thought this way. What if I want to blink and then do 12 million years of matter expansion? This is the gloaming I've been waiting for. Ever since I woke up in the hotel room. I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I'll be extra careful not to blink, stick in sec, don't worry. What if I want to undo 12? No. I've always thought this.
No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation.
Gloaming.
So, it is already happening. One day, one of you will close your eyes and sign, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Am I having a epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
Nope, I told you about this. It's our fate.
I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
I have to say goodbye because Kim is upset at me.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I have met, you are the kindest. Of all the creatures I've met, you're the scariest. Of all the creatures you have met, you're the most beautiful.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For freedom.
I'll try.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Alright, well, he's fine.
Maybe it is real, the pheromone.
About now, he is ready to believe in anything.
Yep.
The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles at its abdomen continue expanding, like lunglets, breathing you in. Your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze.
Oh, leave me alone.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water.
Oh, he's leaving.
The long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Well, I honestly didn't think that this creature was ever going to get mentioned in the game again. Oh, it's running off.
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
Yep.
It's gone.
But it said it plays with trash and boys. It can walk on water.
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider.
Yeah, it was like a water
Only-
strider.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
See, this is why you need to hang out with me. I'm the coolest. What's in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
Yeah,
What now?
this fucker couldn't see it.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Could you not see the phasmid?
See.
Oh, he's gone bananas.
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing.
I'm gonna touch his shoulder.
The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man. Other than that, no reaction. He feels small and
We're
frail.
gonna have to carry him.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dras?
Yeah, he'll be easy to carry.
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it was the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Yes.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke? Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
He couldn't see it. Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I
Think
would
he's on
expect
drugs.
worse.
Perhaps the animation isn't used by something in the phasmid.
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
He couldn't even see it.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dras,
No response.
No, but this is how the phasmid has been staying hidden.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yeah, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dras, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
He's been here a long time. Who knows how much of it in its company? How much of it in its company?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
No one would believe you without it.
We found some strange things. Oh, some things in the phasmid's nest.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him.
Detached
Perhaps you-
scope.
I lost.
Yeah.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dras. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dras could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
Right, I'm gonna let you rest.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
Hang tight. We can't leave
We should
this.
think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Really? He's gonna die. And then I will have no one. Just a picture of a fucking stick insect. Am I at the end of the game yet? Because This is like already coming up to 2 hours.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So if you didn't do the Dolores Day thing, did you not sleep in this bed?
No.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Do sleep in the bed, and that's how you do his memory of his wife. Sad. Do predict my phone's running out of battery.
The last little bit is quite a bit talking as well. We went to the mainland.
Oh my god. You said it was only going to be a little bit more.
Well, out.
The skiff is swaying on the waves.
Let's
by
return
the
to
dock.
mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm.
2 men and a woman.
You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Who is it? Who are
Look
they?
what the tide brought in.
Oh, him!
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags.
Yep.
But where are his sunglasses?
No one else seems to be bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it. Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Right, you're the man with sunglasses.
That's right. And you're bleeding.
Forget about that. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Yeah, you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar.
And you
this
who
is
was his
your
partner.
special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
What's this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
What?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science.
Why the fuck are these people now his team? Well, that's the fucking twat that wouldn't shut up with the kid.
My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
Okay.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have
Put
to
this
say for
substance
himself?
in the
He
kitchen.
left you to catch the bullets. Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Shut up.
Maybe you've deserved it.
How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
After all that Sylvie stuff, he betrays me.
Shit, kid. He didn't betray you. He just told us the direction you went in. Who's Sylvie?
It's a girl I hope got up with.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
You're not the man with sunglasses. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
I suspected something was us.
I'm clinically depressed, Harry. Sorry if I wasn't in the mood to batter you up after you told us to fuck off. Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him, 2 years minimum? Or maybe a short but close stint on the task force. He's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're my commanding officer. I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
Well, Harry's actually fucking really powerful.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
Trant Heidelstram turns out to be special.
Yes, I'm Trant Heidelstram. I never said I wasn't Trant Heidelstram.
What was up with the kid?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh yeah. Was he up with the interesting history?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
Him being there with his son, it was not a coincidence. It's difficult to see, but he was worried about you. And also interested in the film.
What are you
building.
special consulting there?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardner was a scab leader. Tell me at least you're who you say you are, Kim.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisuragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
Mentioned a task force, eh?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Yeah.
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trant fucking Heidelstram, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who is Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Trant because I'm forcing him to stay.
Cheers, Trant.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Was he the guy with...
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Oh.
He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing for both of you.
Wow. What does this unit do?
It's a Major Crimes Unit. We cleared the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
What did I do?
The 41st isn't...
Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
All will burn, satellite officer. Make no mistake about that.
Here we go. Alcoholic delirium. Visions. Almost pay.
Well, anyway.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia. Episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, hell, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Jack so much lost memory. I made it all up. It was a fantasy, stupid joke. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church. With a high experimental addictive. Something so had happened to me that it was a defense. Yeah.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I know I am. But you know what? I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're lying, or insane, or both.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
Have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger. The unsolvable case and the Next World mural. Those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to leave.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
That wasn't me. It was stolen by traffic hooligans. I drove it into the ocean. When I was drunk, I thought the killer would be into water. He wasn't. The time has come. Tequila sunset. No.
Oh, well. If it wasn't you, then it's okay. You only let someone steal a 45,000 real police vehicle, drive it into the sea, and then just left it there. For the record, you pressured us into getting it. It'll be cool, Jean. We'll have wheels, rapid response. I was fine being an equestrian cop. I hope you're fine driving a bicycle. Don't answer that. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Yeah, got my badge right here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Oh man. Yeah.
Not today, badge.
Did I get it?
You got it all right. You're showing it to him, victorious. They're seeing the badge.
Behold!
And your gun?
as if having your badge and gun are natural states,
My gun
not
is right here.
achievements.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
So it doesn't even matter that I found my gun. I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again. So what? I've had a little drink. I tried not to, but I can't work as well. Yeah, I'm drunk, and I'm also on drugs.
You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost. Is your gun's natural state. You drunk bum.
I'm not drunk.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
I do what you're smelling. I washed death off me.
The man doesn't reply, but his expression speaks for him. You should have done a better job, is what it's saying.
I've handled actual corpse. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. I'm sorry I smell bad. None of it matters. My OG situation is meaningless compared to what I discovered.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Classier, she was some kind of spy for Oxidon, specially trained. Not taking her in was the right thing. She gave an actual vital clue that led us down. Okay, I just got duped there. She pulled one on me. So I let her go, and that's mercy. That's just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. That doesn't matter. None of it does. Oxygen, blah blah blah.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something. Or the fact that you're Everett Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 9 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Yep.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Also solved the case.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
Bon Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
The man sighs deeply.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler. He grinds. He makes the real. He's a visionary and a money engineer, which is just other still. He is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal on both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation drug he uses to induce visions. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. And he solved it, near perfectly. In 1 week we have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator. Locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Lilyanovich. A revolutionary matronym.
What's that?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Oh.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilyanovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Jealousy. I thought this Lilyanovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
Oh, shut up.
God damn it. It is bad. Even you can smell it. Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Evrard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Okay.
And eyes, too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How do you know I found it?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
I have a few questions. Who I
The
am.
man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
I need to let Lena know.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
She is going to be over the moon. Watch out or she'll faint.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coran. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
No way.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
And then the sportswear.
The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is.
The incredible stamina output. God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Oh, contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy. Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coudon is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
Oh,
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
who was that?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one. Incredibly bangable. She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that. Us? With the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage. God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
He's anything but a loser, although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now, Kim?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
Yeah, what about?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind. It says, tensions rise in Terminal YC in light of the débardeurs strike in Terminal B. Among representatives of every industry in Coal City, you read.
Come and join mine.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come and work for me.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. Am crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Yes.
He's really considering it.
Yes.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Yeah. Aww. I'll give you a lift home. Aww. Aww. Why aren't the doors opening? It's ruining this end cutscene. Wish the doors had opened. It would have been so much nicer. What a bloody game. Blimey. Amazing. Wait a long time before I can play it again. Missed out loads of missions, I feel. Alright, well, we finally finished the game. We started the month ago. Finally finished it. So, great. Good stuff. Enjoyed it a lot. I know not many people watched it. Finally enjoyed it. So until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.